Previously on Backyard Survivor.
If you don't do something like this if you wouldn't like to win, but it's also going to be fun.
I was supposed to play last season's Survivor and I ended up in hospital and I couldn't play, so I've been hanging out to play for so long.
I'm going to look out for a really confident, strong guy to be my meat shield. Fuel that ego a bit. Yeah, feed him.
My whole aim of flying into Perth is to show that Victorians do it better. I'm not here to make friends. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm going to win this game.
I want to win today just to have that badge of honour of competing in Survivor and winning. This is going to be a walk in the park. I'm feeling quite confident.
16 contestants were divided into 4 tribes, with each tribe selecting a leader. Stephen chose to help himself and recited a fake idol clue back at camp.
There's ice running through these veins.
Whereas Jessica chose to help her tribe.
I want to be able to walk away having fun, but also being proud of who I am still.
On Bonner, Jake took the idol clue, but it was Keegan who found the idol and planned to keep it a secret. But Tennille caught him and told Jay.
Sneaky boy.
At the tribe swap, fate elected Jessica as a captain once again, and after a schoolyard pick divided her from John and Sarah, she quickly formed new ties with Jay and Tennille. On swapped Carly, Casey pitched an all-girls alliance to Jay.
Having to rid of a girl was the hardest thing, and I don't go into that.
But when Daniel played the pink idol, a tie between Jessica and Casey forced the tribe to pick a side, and the Carly-Bonner alliance stuck true. Jess went head-to-head with Daniel.
I've got lots of friends here, but I've got an enemy.
Daniel.
And risked her own game by continuing to stick to her word and giving people the heads up. When Swapped Lalo faced tribal council, Keegan convinced his tribe that Jake had found the blue idol and turned on his original tribe mate in order to keep the idol a secret. At the merge, Keegan won immunity with Jay close behind. John and Sarah found power in the middle, sticking with the Swapped Lalo majority but protecting original Carly by shifting the target from Jessica to Jay. Meanwhile, Keegan played double agent, telling the Carly alliance to vote for Mitchell, then informing Stephen of their target. At tribal council, Stephen saved Mitchell, Tennille saved Jessica, and Jay saved herself with an idol that she found after the merge feast. On the revote, Keegan flipped back to Swapped Lalo, turning on another original Bonner and leaving Jay without her closest ally. Jay was targeted by Sarah once again at the final 10, when a second immunity win slipped through her fingers. Sensing that she was again the target, Jay relied on Keegan to turn the vote around. At final 9, Keegan dropped out of the challenge to give Stephen his first immunity win, and the duo basked in the chaos when a double elimination loomed.
All the people are desperate, just getting told exactly what they need to hear.
John and Sarah regrouped with original Carly and planned to go Carly strong to the end. With all 4 original Green members remaining, they joined with Jay and Keegan to form the Carly-Bonner alliance, targeting Claudia and Mitchell. But Keegan, once again, had his own plan in mind, sticking with Stephen and Mitchell to divide the 4 Greens by blindsiding Tristan. When Jessica struggled to determine who had flipped, Stephen and Keegan convinced her that it was John. And in order to save Jay, Jessica and Jay formed an alliance with Keegan and Stephen, using symbols to show their allegiance. John's departure left Sarah completely on the outs.
Yeah, we'll have to go and make some new alliances, it looks like.
The target was firmly on Sarah's back.
Let's go.
After Keegan won his second immunity, Sarah hustled to shift the target onto Mitchell. Jay and Keegan agreed that he was the bigger threat. However, Stephen and Jessica stuck to the original plan, siding with Mitchell against Sarah, causing a tie. Ultimately, Jay and Keegan convinced the other 2 to flip their vote.
Jumping and jiving, fucking everywhere.
and Mitchell became the 11th member of the jury. 5 contestants remain, with uniquely impressive games to pitch to the jury. Who will falter at the final hurdle? And who will claim the title of Sole Survivor? The finale of Backyard Survivor Season 2, Yards Apart, starts now.
Pretty challenging.
Good, it's been great actually.
Knocks you around a bit, doesn't it?
Epic.
A few slips and slides.
The challenges have all been epic.
Yeah.
What?
It's next level being inside it too.
Yeah.
Watching it is one thing, being inside it, it's just...
Tell you what though, could do with a bit more food.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, food would be amazing.
Where's
Oh my god.
the pizza?
And that was another crazy tribal council. There was a mutiny on the ship, and they nearly sent the wrong person home. And I would have been in big trouble, because I was the one gunning for Mitch. And if he had have got back in, all hell would have broken loose. But thankfully, they listened to my logic, and it was unanimous. So now just 2 more out, and then I get to sit on the jury, or sit facing the jury.
That was a close call. Mitch and I got equal votes, and the rest of the tribe ended up coming together and actually voting Mitch out instead of me, so I'm pretty relieved.
I think Jessica Sarah has enough. And I think she'll vote out Jess.
So we're at final 5, I think, and my brain's pretty cooked. I think I'm running on fumes at the moment, but I'm hanging in there, still fighting. I think that the next fight will either be Sarah or Jess. I'm hoping. Try and get a target off me.
Yeah, could do. Just... Well, at this stage, she wants me. Sold.
Pretty sure Stephen keeps telling Jay and I different things, so I heard him say to me Sarah, and I heard him say Mitch to Jay behind. So I don't know what's going on.
Me too. Sorry.
Yeah, so the voting, it was very last minute, trying to just get at least 3 together. I think Jess, myself and Stephen were terrified of being voted out, so we really just had to work together there.
I I got good rapport with Keegan, so I think he'll work with me, and I think I've developed a bit of a connection with Jay, but it's iffy. So I think I can work with Jay, Keegan, Jess, maybe.
I feel like I'm vulnerable now. I think I'm possibly next on the list to go. I really need individual immunity to stay on. I think that's my only hope.
Gonna go tell them they're finished confessions.
Then what? Sorry, that's really, really smelly. All I can smell is myself, so.
I can't even smell it, mate.
With my alliance, we're safe. We're not going to vote each other out. So now it's an individual game. The more times I can win this, the better my story to the jury. I've played ruthlessly from the start. When I'm talking to other people, you can pretty much tell I'm lying because my lips are moving.
Alright, where's that challenge?
Are you ready to get to your final 5 immunity challenge? Alright, let's get into it. Keegan, we'll take back the necklace. Yeah, you're out.
Good start.
Go.
Sorry, I laughed way too loud at that.
Yes, individual immunity is back up for grabs. Here's what you're gonna have to do.
Each of you must balance a number of wooden cylinders between 2 handles. Each round, you'll add additional pieces, making it harder to balance the row of rods stacked between the handles. The castaway who lasts the longest wins immunity, safe from the vote, and guaranteed a spot in the final 4.
We're gonna count you down. You need to be up.
Survivors ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody's up.
This challenge is live. And then just die. One looking strong with 2. Got no concerns on this one.
No.
I reckon you can put your rods down.
Add another one.
Line up 3 rods.
3, 2, 1. Everybody's up. Everyone's rock solid. Okay, you can drop. You're adding in a 4th one.
A bit of time to line them up. Use them on the table where you want them.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone's up. Brian's stomach drops.
It's probably those milkshakes.
Alright, you can drop. This next one is going to be very hard. We are up to 5.
Take your time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, do not get up. Everybody else is up.
This challenge. Keegan drops.
Sarah drops. Okay, you can drop. Now lining up your 6th rod. Take your time to line up the rods.
Yep.
Position them on the table.
Okay, I'm count you down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jay cannot make the transition. Stephen can. Stephen wins immunity. Final 5.
Stephen, can get it.
Safe from the vote, guaranteed spot in the final 4.
Thank you. Best of you. It's fair game. Head on back to camp. We'll be seeing you very soon.
I don't know. All I got and all I know is I got my girl Jane.
Girls against boys? I love that. I'm always after that. So I think Sarah's a threat because she's got a big resume now, and I think that Keegan is a threat because he has gotten so many immunity wins. So these are the 2 guys that I have in my sight.
Oh!
No. Do you want tunas? Heaps. Thanks, Sarah.
What? Hey boys, do you want some food?
Nah, I'm still not hungry.
Eat it! I think Keegan. I still am wondering whether Keegan's got an immunity idol somewhere. I think Jay's got it pretty tight with Keegan, so I just need to follow Jay a bit.
Who's left? Is it just 5?
I think I'm less of a threat. I am realising that I haven't won anything. So I'm hoping that everybody else realises that too.
Food smell. Oh, horror. No, good. I can just smell all the citrus.
I just came up with stress was out. I just went stress was out. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to have my chili. The ham and cheese roll.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you so much.
Great.
Game plan's simple. Jess will go home. Keep it really, really simple now.
I'd be keen on taking out Sarah because if we got to the final 4, everyone will want to go to the end with Sarah.
Doesn't need to do.
She hasn't really done a lot. She's followed along on John's coattails, so she's a bit of a goat. So I'd rather get the goat out now so that it frees up a spot for me possibly because everyone will want to be taking Sarah. So that's where I'm right now.
No, you can't do that.
Jess, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, that was my challenge. Okay. 2 votes away from the final tribal council. So close. You guys are doing amazing. Jay, there's another really close one for you.
I feel like that's my narrative here. I feel like I'm getting quite close to a win, and then I don't.
Sarah, at this point, how do you decide who you are going to put on the jury?
Whoever I guess is posing the biggest threat as sole survivor. That's it.
Okay. So, Jay, you were saying that you've just missed out on immunities. Stephen, for you, how many of you have? 2. Yep. And who else has had immunity? Yep. Okay, Keegan. So is winning immunity, is that something that makes you a threat at this point in the game?
Possibly. If you were to make final tribal council, it's probably something you could bring up. Yeah, I'd much rather have it now than not. So if it sort of hinders your game later on, then so be it. But I'm sure you ask anyone sitting up here tonight, and they'd love to have this around their neck.
Sure. Jess, how are you feeling right now?
I don't know. I just like, as the day's gone on, I feel like I've become like cloudier and cloudier. I don't know. And I just have to keep trusting. I just gotta keep trusting. And so far, I've trusted and it's worked.
Yep.
Not worked. Worked is the wrong thing. That sounds like it's a scheme.
You're still here, so something has definitely worked in your favour.
But
Well,
the
you're still
truth
here.
is out
so,
there.
Yeah. All right. Stephen, go.
I've got to play the game that I'm still to play.
I know you're voting for me. Right back at ya.
Anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Well, I guess. I don't believe in taking souvenirs.
Good man.
I'd like to play that for me.
Where are you keeping that one?
I can confirm that this is a hidden immunity idol. All votes for Keegan will not count.
We get to the votes.
Yep. First vote. Jess. Sarah. 1 vote Jess, 1 vote Sarah. 3 votes left. Jess. Sarah. It's 2 votes Jess, 2 votes Sarah, 1 vote left. The next person voted out of Backyard Survivor. Jess.
I knew it! I knew it!
Did you bring me a torch?
I knew it!
Good game, Jess.
I don't think I brought
Grab one. Anyone?
Thanks, guys.
Jess. Switch
tribe has spoken.
There you go.
Final 4. One challenge stands between you and the final tribal council. Head on back to camp. Get ready.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
This is where the road ends for you. See you on the other side.
Time to go. Long overdue, but you were kind of a handy number at some stage.
It was the move they needed to make because they knew that Jay and I were strong together and they needed to break us up. I don't know. It was really fun. Okay. Knew it. Instincts are good. My vote will be going to Jay. She just better stay in there. She's got to stay in there till that final 3 and she'll totally be getting the vote. I think she'll get a few because I think she's played well. She's won well in challenges and she's also played fairly and honestly. Yeah, and I'm happy with the choices I made at the end of the day. I think I didn't always get a chance to give the people a heads up when things were shifting. But when I could, I did. And I feel like I played like a good person. Yeah, I think that's everything.
So just now at Tribal, I lost another one of my girls. We were solid for a long time and it's really sad to see Jess go. I feel like we saw a lot together. I'm devastated. I hope that there's enough love on the jury for me if I do make it that far. I'm worried about Keegan. So final 3, I want it to be Sarah, me, Stephen.
I don't want Jay in my final 3. I want Sarah, and I probably want Keegan, because I don't think Keegan can argue very well, where Jay is very succinct, get a point across. Yeah, but Keegan has a few credits to his name, so he'll be a tough beat, but what I'm worried about is Jay winning the next challenge, because I just burnt her bad then. I told her that we were voting Sarah, and I was with her and Jess. So I burned that bridge. I just need her not to win the next challenge. If she wins the next challenge, then I think I'm going to know. So, I'll do my best.
So the last tribal council I played my hidden immunity idol. I knew I wasn't getting any votes, but I'd been keeping that secret to the start. I think it makes my game stronger, the fact that I had it and never once felt threatened enough to play it. So I think that will sell me to the jury.
So that last tribal council was another close call, but Keegan and Stephen stayed true to their word and we voted Jess out. So got a bit of alliance there, which I'm hoping to carry through after this next challenge.
I really want to win this one. That way I don't have to stress about this final vote. If I win, I'm still very undecided who I actually want to have next to me. I've gotten on so well with Stephen. But if anybody else is going to win, it's probably going to be him. Definitely want to be sitting next to Sarah. She's done nothing. The absolute goat.
I think that Sarah has a big resume now. She's survived so many votes. So I think she's a threat.
And Jay, yeah, we were original tribe mates on Una, but she's got a really great underdog story, so I've just got to win it and then take her from there.
Are you ready to get to your final immunity challenge?
Yeah.
Stephen, I need the necklace back.
A lot of enthusiasm for this one.
Yeah. Let me struggle with this one last time.
Thank you. For the last time, individual immunity is up for grabs.
This has never been more important. Having this on
secures you a space in the final tribal council. Do you want to know what your challenge is?
Yeah.
Right.
For your final individual immunity challenge, each of you will begin with a stack of wooden tiles. Using the tiles, you must build a house of cards that extends 2 meters tall. The first person to reach this target height and have their tower stand independently for our count of 3 seconds wins individual immunity. Guaranteed a spot at the final tribal council.
Alright. Survivors ready?
Go.
Some of them may stick. Very different looking stacks happening already.
He's got a piece on, but he can't make it stand. Steven drops.
Sarah's stack dropped. Sarah's stack
Jay
dropped.
Just like that.
All of dropped.
Steven drops. Sarah and Jay dead even. One block left. Doesn't make it.
Okay. Not quite there. That's one higher short.
One, two, three. Jay. Final immunity.
We lost blue then. And look, that still hasn't fallen. Look at that masterpiece.
Jay. Congratulations. Where's the necklace?
Not yet.
Jay. Come get your prize. You were so close this entire game, and you got it just when it counts. You are guaranteed a spot in the final 3.
Sorry for crying, everyone.
Good job. Good job.
Yep.
For the other 3, one of you is going to fall just that little bit short. Head back to camp, and we'll see you at Tribal Council
very soon.
Is it doing good, Jay?
Oh, just very emotional. It's ridiculous. I think I'm just very tired and that's why I'm crying. That's just all it is. Yay! Oh, I've been wanting a win for so long. Yeah, I'm just glad I got it when it mattered the most.
Well, the power's in your hands, so if you want to go home, goes home.
That's wild.
So Jay won that last challenge. She's got the individual immunity. I think that's just blown up her chances of actually winning individual survivor, and I've got a feeling that I'm going to be next on the chopping block. There's been a bit of an alliance between Keegan and Stephen for a good part of this game, and they've included me in on that, but now with Jay having an immunity idol, I actually think that I'm going to be voted out. I had a feeling that you two would vote me.
Who would vote you out?
Yeah.
No way. If we wanted to vote you out, we would have done that last stop.
Yeah, but now it's like you and Keegan.
Who?
I'm going to try and convince them otherwise, but I think their alliances are pretty strong and they don't have that many options, so fingers crossed, but this might be my last confessional. To be honest, I think your best shot at sole survivor is to vote with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What I'm thinking, so I'm thinking, I think Keegan is a pretty big threat as far as sole survivor. So, effectively, if I'm less of a threat, so.
Final 3. I feel like he's got a huge resume, but I think I have to get rid of Keegan. Yeah.
Fire! I think I may fall just short. I was tight with Stephen, but I think he'll see me as the threat and he'll try and get Jay to vote me out.
I honestly feel that I won 2 immunities and Keegan won 2 immunities. The one I won with the ball, I only won it because he dropped out. He said, "Do you want to stay?" And I said, "Yeah, I need it." So he dropped. So he could have won 3 immunities. So
I think I can discredit Stephen enough to not let him get a vote. Look, I'm going to stop you there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I would like to go in front of you.
okay, yeah, done.
My only hope is to try and convince it to go to a tiebreaker. Because I'll get a vote. I'll probably get 2 votes. If I can get to the tiebreaker, at least I've got a chance. It comes down to this.
As far as jury management goes, you're probably best not push it to him, because if you tell him now that I'm just looking, if I'm in your shoes, you go, okay, can I vote Stephen? And then we go to trial court and then you vote him, it's going to make him salty. If we go to trial court and you say, look, I'm going to sweet Keegan straight up front and write your name down, then you probably respect that more. But hey, it's your call, you do whatever you want.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that's, if I was in your shoes, that didn't go to plan. One person, I didn't want winning it, won it, of course. But she just saw me then and said she's going to vote out Keegan, so.
What would you do in my position if this rock swapped?
It depends whether you want to go up on the jury, against the jury, and say you played the best game, or whether you want to go up and say, I voted out the best players.
You know, she could just be bullshitting to me, but I feel that if she was going to vote me out, there's no reason not to tell me. It's just poor jury management, so.
You don't have to tell me that. I wouldn't. The jury won't find me.
Maybe I'm going to survive. I thought I was a bigger threat than Keegan, but.
I'd be heartbroken.
Again?
I flew from Victoria.
Can I get there? I think if I got to the final 3, I got a good shot before I got an argument, so. Fingers crossed, people.
I'd still like to think that we might stick blue strong.
This is the hardest decision, and I think a lot of final 2, final 3 really stuff this up, so there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders at the moment.
I played the biggest game, so I won't give the votes to the jury. Biggest move of the life coming up.
First things first, Jay, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
There is a lot of weight on my shoulders right now. Yeah.
Yep. In a good way.
Figuratively and literally.
Do you feel like your decision is going to impact on who is sitting with you?
I think it would be naive to think otherwise.
Okay.
One of you is going to fall just short at this tribal council. Who of the three of you are feeling vulnerable that you might be going home?
Has anyone felt safe?
Never.
Except for Jay?
This is honestly the first time I've ever felt safe in this game.
What a stressful day.
Keegan, why should you sit in the final three?
I'd like to think that the final three are the three best players in the game, and I think the jury will want to see them go up against each other rather than just taking along somebody you know you can beat.
Okay.
At least, let it go to a tiebreaker.
Stephen?
Well, firstly, let me just say, if I'm the one who goes, then it's been a pleasure and I've enjoyed playing with yourself. Why I should stay is probably the exact same reasoning that Keegan put forward. Do you either want to go, have you spent the whole of today, and you want to go to the end against the people you feel like you have the best chance of winning against, or the people that you want to challenge yourself against the best? So that's probably what it comes down to.
Sarah?
I've made it through this far today without really excelling in any challenges. I haven't got an individual immunity, and I'm sitting here right now. So, I think it's a pretty good place to be in, and I think obviously done something right to get here.
Some tough decisions about to be made.
Any final comments, Jay?
I love you all, and I've appreciated playing with you all.
Same.
I just maybe want to bring to the attention of everyone that a strong player isn't necessarily a challenge beast. There's a lot more going on in the game than people who can win immunities.
Okay. Alright. With that, to the vote. Keegan.
You're up.
Fingers crossed. All I can do is hope.
Been an absolute pleasure working with you, Keegan. Got a bad feeling about this though. Good luck.
This is it, the final three.
We'll tally the votes. You ready? One of you is about to become our final member of our jury.
First vote. Sarah.
Keegan. Keegan.
2 votes Keegan, 1 vote Sarah, 1 vote left. The final member of our jury.
Keegan.
Let's grab your torch. Yeah.
Keegan, the tribe has spoken. Head on out.
Well done, buddy.
Stephen, Sarah, Jay, you have come as far as you possibly can in this game. And now it will be up to the jury to decide who will be the winner of Backyard Survivor. Head on back to camp. We'll prepare you for final tribal council.
It hurts to get this close.
This is the hardest vote that I've ever had to cast today, and I'm so sorry to do this to you.
I came here to constantly cause chaos and make people totally unsure who was voting for who, and if I had have gotten a chance to plead the case, there's no way the jury would have voted for anybody else. I just failed at the final obstacle.
I love Keegan, he's a top vote.
It was
yeah.
hard vote.
Like if you wanted to go Mick, I was okay with it because it's your call, your decision, take whoever you want. Glad you took me.
In the end, I asked him point blank, do you have an idol because we saw you get one? And he said no. He lied to me point blank.
That was probably the closest to him during the whole game. He never told me. I was shocked when he played.
So I just don't have time for that.
He played hard. He was shaking like a leaf. Every tribal I sat next to him, he was shaking like a leaf, the guy. Like he was playing that hard and desperate for this and wanted this that bad. I feel a little bit sorry for him, but that's just the game. You know?
He's going to be pissed.
Well, did you tell him you were?
I did.
That's the best thing you could have done. Best thing you could have done. Because if you didn't, he would come to the jury and argue the point. What was the point of lying to me? You're already filed wrong. You can put the case forward to him. I've always been honest to you, Keegan.
Which is more than honest for me.
Yeah, exactly. But this is where we're meant to rip into each other, isn't it? Can't roll yet.
Bringing in the members of our jury who are still here at this ridiculous time. Please come on through, take a spot on the jury bench.
Okay,
Cool.
so before we start, first of all, giant congratulations to the final three.
This has been a mammoth effort.
Yep.
I would say clap that you made this so we can just...
Every single one of you deserves to be sitting in that spot. But it's your job tonight to convince these people why you deserve to take out the title of Sole Survivor. Tonight, the power will shift to them. They will hear an opening speech from every single one of you. Then we will open it up to questions. When all is said and done, they will go and cast a vote for who they think should be the winner of Backyard Survivor Season 2. So, let's get started. Stephen, you're up.
Okay guys, straight up with this, I've got blood on my hands. So in this game, I've lied to probably most of you, and the reason I did that is coming into this game, my strategy was to tell people what they wanted to hear, to make themselves feel comfortable, to get them on my side. So I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I was a loyal member, I was a friend to you all, because at one stage I probably told you all a lie. Secondly, I came to this game wanting to play a big game. I didn't want to come in this game, and if I went out early, I wanted to make moves early in the game. My strategy was to get blood on my hands if it needed it, get to the end at any cost, and have some fun along the way. I feel like I did make some decent moves, and such as at the very start of the game, I was a captain. I had to come up and make a decision between some fruit, 2 bananas and an idol, or a platter of fruit and no idol clue. And I went back to camp with 2 bananas and a clue, and I came up with a bit of a story about where the idol was. So in between here and back at the camp, I thought of a rhyme. I said, you should...
That was a long time ago.
Almost a
The power is yours for the taking. Use your wit. Look where you sit. Further this game you'll be making. When really the clue was at the end of the fence. So I sort of guided people away from where the idol was, which allowed me to get it. So, and my things, have fun, play big, and do what it takes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Sarah.
My game plan coming into this was to kind of fly under the radar a little bit. I thought that would probably be the best way to make it up into the final three. I did plan to play a little bit stronger in the challenges. Didn't always happen, so I really had to up my social game. So I think all through this game, like all that's kept me coming back here again is the social game. I've played that hard. I've definitely helped people out along the way as well, and they've helped me out, so it's been a good game, had a lot of fun.
Thanks, Sarah. Jay.
Honestly, guys, I'm so tired. I don't think what I'm about to say is going to make any sense, but just bear with me. It's been a huge day. I think, if I'm honest, a lot of my gameplay was like moment by moment. I think that a lot of what needed to happen was just each round assessing the situation and moving on. I tried to make some really meaningful connections with some of you, and I really value those connections. We've had some beautiful moments. I've also tried where possible to like not backstab or trick anyone. I think, yes, granted, I have voted to like some of you be there where you are now, but it was never under a false promise. For instance, Keegan, I was straight up with you going into that last tribal. There was you, and I just didn't want to trick you into anything. And as far as the two sitting next to me, they are amazing, and I hope that you strongly consider what they say tonight. They are very strong players, and both in very unique ways as well.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. So, jury, now is your time to get any information that you need to decide on the final vote.
Who would like to kick us off?
Yeah. Jay, I'll start with you. I'd like to know, are there any members of the jury that you personally decided to put there as opposed to just going along with somebody else's plan?
Yeah, Mitch is the person that I decided to send home from the jury, and Jess can vouch for that. She was there when it happened. Does that satisfy your question?
Stephen, you were trying to play Jay and I off against each other regularly, weren't you?
Absolutely.
A couple of times.
Sarah, like your tactic of being passive through the game was sort of like because you weren't sure what sort of moves to make, or did you like make a conscious decision from the very start?
After watching season 1 and seeing Tyrone and how far he went, and he really did play that passive player, and I was pretty impressed by that and kind of took that on board. So a bit of a game plan before we even came here today. I really obviously needed to step up at some points and make some decisions and have my say when it was necessary, but I tried to go with the flow and hold on to alliances and keep people happy.
Was it like tribal councils, or when you were back at camp? Like when was like the most crucial part for you to like play that?
Definitely back at camp.
Yeah.
So
just like keeping like low and sort of like when people talk to you, just sort of like, I don't know, agreeing with what they're saying, that sort of thing. Like how did you go about it?
figuring out what it was that I wanted and making it align with the other people around me and finding something that worked for both of us so that I knew that we confidently could go forward with that decision. Okay. So a bit of toing and froing, figuring out what was needed to make that happen, and then like following through. That was a big thing, following through, so people knew that I was serious.
John, congratulations all of you. Well done. Stephen, what was the most fun part of today?
The most fun part of today for me was the lie about the idol. When I went back to the yellow camp and there was 4 of us there, and also finding the idol. That was a buzz. Definitely, that was the most fun part for me.
Who did you think you bonded most with?
Bonded with Claudia, so she was my number one until I met this dude right here, and he was my number one. And can I just clarify that I did say to Jay to let you know that she was voting for you. So
What? Say that.
I said to Jay before that final vote, I said, let this guy know that he's going home. There's no point lying to him. What's the point? She's already here. She's made part of the council.
But you're not saying you needed to talk Jay into that. You're just saying that you were on board with, hey, let's tell him.
No, I was the one who brought it up. I told her.
So you can claim to that decision?
That was your move, but I did tell you, didn't I?
It was your move, but I'm the one that did it.
You said to me, you asked me, what do you think I should do? And I said, well, I think you should tell him.
I don't remember at all asking you what you think I should do. Sorry.
But I mean, Jay, you did the same thing with AJ as well. Like, that's what you do. You give people a heads up.
She might have already made that decision.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sarah? I had a pleasure being with you my entire time. We were never apart. So I got to know you quite well, even though that you were a quiet player. I really enjoyed playing with you. At what point was it the most fluid where all bets were off?
I think it was pretty much as soon as he left, because you were my strong alliance. Like, it was us. So suddenly it was like, whoa, the dynamics have changed. I was in a bit of hot water for a little while there, I think, holding my breath for one of those tribals.
And what was the most fun part about today?
I loved doing the challenges. Like, it was just so much fun. That was so creative. Like, full credit to these guys. They were amazing. Yeah.
Jay, I never really got to be with you at all until the merged tribe at the end. But one thing that stuck to me most about your character was something you said in the morning, and you said, I don't want to be here. I think it was just due to it being so early, and you said, I don't want to be here because it's so early.
That too, actually.
And it stuck to me so much that there was this girl who was, participating in Backyard Survivor, and she just had this attitude. And I think I took that with you through the journey. I didn't really get a chance to break that because we never worked together, so I do apologise about that. But what was your most fun part about today?
First of all, I'm just so sorry that you thought that I didn't want to be here, because that is so incorrect. If you saw my reaction after that tower building, I am so invested in being here. My most fun part was the second part, what you said, my most fun part of today. That would probably be the tribal council where 3 idols were played and no votes were that was also counted.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful, scary moment, and I think that's what we're all here to witness and play, is those kinds of moments in Survivor.
Oh, okay. I just have a couple questions. The first question I have is for Jay. You said to me at one stage, because I confessed to feeling uncomfortable with voting out a female player, and you said you weren't about that. Was there a point today where you went back on that?
So just to clarify, because I feel like this was a while ago, did you interpret that as in, like, I'm not about getting rid of chicks in Survivor?
Yeah, you said to me, you were like, oh no, it basically said girls stick together. Did you change that today?
Well, if you think about what I refer to as my 2 girls, so Tennille and Jess was super close to, so I guess that's evidence towards what you're asking. I guess to explain that a little bit, I'm here for a version of Survivor where the challenge beast guys are not considered strong players always. I think there's more to Survivor than just being a challenge beast, and I think that
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. The more important question that I have is, I think we all acknowledge that there was a big leader in a lot of the packs today, and she's sitting right next to me. So what I really want to know is who coordinated that. Was it one of you guys?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Jay did
How did
what?
that come about?
I was not in.
Coordinating getting me off.
Yeah.
I know how it came about. I saw it happen. I didn't even bother talking to people because I knew. I saw you guys talking.
Yeah, it was
We
pretty
already
obvious.
had a plan. There was no way that you guys would be having a conversation.
Exactly.
Unless it
when I
was
went off
about
with Keegan,
both of us.
you would have been standing there going, there's only one reason why they're going off talking together.
Yeah.
But we had to do it.
And I knew it, and I considered talking to the girls and getting the girls one-on-one, but we were all just so exhausted. And I think we both felt a little bit burnt by each other in the end.
Yeah.
And so I don't think either of us felt like we could trust each other.
Definitely went down that way.
Well, this is...
And it was straight after John. You're
Yeah,
exactly right.
it was-
We both just felt immediately burnt at that. I think you felt burnt that I had suggested John, and I felt burnt that you hadn't gone with it.
Can I just add that...
Immediately also burnt after you voted for me in the previous.
Had I?
Yeah. And the back of my mind, I knew you'd already voted for me, so.
In the one before, yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. There was a lot of burning.
Yeah. So we burnt each other.
Well, can I just add, in that tribal, I also voted you. There was the plan for me, you, Keegan and Jade to go to Final Four. I grabbed Keegan. I said it's in our best interest to take you out at this stage. Because if we got a Final Four and take out Sarah, it's us two against you two.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I grabbed Keegan to come up here and have a chat about this. I was safe, I didn't need this. So I didn't mind making that move. I said, we're best off us three voting together and taking you out because you're the biggest threat in the game.
Why me? Why not Jay?
You're a big social player. You're very good at arguing the point. So you would have killed us up here, Trump. So that was...
It was a good move.
It was the move that had to be made.
It was a good move.
And knowing that you voted her at the previous trial, it wasn't hard to get Sarah on board.
I recall that was the you and Mitch one, wasn't it?
Where we had the tie.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So my question goes to Stephen. You said you've got blood on your hands, that you maybe burnt bridges, had that sort of gameplay, which tends to associate itself with a sort of masterminding sort of idea where you are trying to orchestrate larger schemes. You're trying to, order people and say, actually, I'm going to have that person go and then that person go. I'm not sure if exactly that's how it happened for you or if it was a bit more touch and go, but I want you to kind of elaborate on that, and then how much power and influence do you think you actually had when it came to the majority deciding who went at each tribal council, particularly Westminster?
I don't think I had any power at all. The key to my game was saying the right thing to the right person at the right time. Just plant a seed. Often I'll just plant a lie, and it would fester, and it would cause someone to get voted out. Often I'll tell Keegan something, and I'll tell you something. I'll tell that Jay, that Sarah threw a name out there. I'll tell Claudia Jess was coming for her. It's just little things that help me take the target off my back. So when we came to that tribal here, that was the crazy one, I nearly went home. And prior to that tribal, we all stood down there and I didn't really talk to anyone. I was real quiet. As soon as I got all those votes, I nearly went home. I thought, I've got to change things up here. So from that point, all of a sudden started talking to everyone and telling everyone exactly what they wanted to hear, what needed to hear. It helped me maneuver. Now, I didn't have some great master plan. It was just all in the moment. Okay. It's often about who's standing next to you or who can you grab. It's not a great plan because you can't really plan ahead. You don't know who's moving where, you don't know who's running off together. So it's just, when the opportunity presents itself, say the right thing at the right time.
Sure.
Okay. I think we have all the information that we need.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Can I just add one final thing?
Yeah.
This has been a crazy, crazy game. Crazy tribals. So, powers you guys now. You got to decide who do you want to represent this season as the winner. Good luck.
Alright, yeah, as you said, the power does shift to the jury now, so go and cast your final vote. This time you are voting for someone to win. Alright.
Can you take over? Do your panel. I've got to do on something to take votes.
Charlie hasn't watched it.
Yeah.
It's late, guys. Give me a break.
Sarah, you bad bitch. You made it all the way through. Well bloody done. I'm very proud of you. Now do something nice with the money, alright?
I think you had the clearest explanation of coming into the game with a strategy, enacting it, and succeeding with it really well. So congrats.
This one girl. Really hope that I'm putting the name of the winner in here. Right, it's the name of the winner that goes in. You played the game that I wanted to play, I just didn't get there fast enough.
So one last time, we'll tally the vote.
Hello, people of Season 2 Backyard Survivor. We're here at the live reunion for the reading of the votes. You waited 6 months to find out who has won this season.
You guys lasted 21 grueling hours with very little food. You guys should be very proud of the games that you guys played. Tonight, you want to see your name written down.
Or today.
Or today. These are votes for a winner. We'll read the votes.
Alright. This is for the win of Backyard Survivor Season 2.
I'll read the votes.
I actually legit feel nervous again.
First vote. Steven. Jay. Jay.
I need some. Steven. Oh, the crowd goes mild. Sarah. Sarah. So we've got 2 votes Stephen, 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Jay, and 100 left.
Sarah. Jay.
Stephen. What's that? 3 votes Stephen, 3 votes Sarah, 3 votes Jay. Sarah.
Jay.
Yes! That's 4 votes Jay, 4 votes Sarah, 3 votes Stephen, 2 votes left. Jay. 1 vote left.
If this vote is for Sarah, it's a tie. The winner of Backyard.
Congratulations. Yes.
Congratulations.
I think this is how it was smiling.
Oh, totally. Steven, well done. Thank you. Thank you. You did a good game. Come in, everyone. Get behind us. Thank you for another amazing season for Backyard Survivor. You guys absolutely rocked it. And of course, we will be back again for season 3 real soon. So, you ready for that one? Thanks for watching.
Alright, let's watch the show! Hello everyone and welcome to the last episode of Inside the Urn. Congratulations to Jay and
Yes.
commiserations to Sarah, Stephen, Jess and Keegan.
Mitchell, John. Tristan, Claudia, AJ.
Bear in mind that everything that you have watched over the last 2 months all happened in one day.
They were playing the game continuously for 21 hours. For the last episode of Inside the Urn, we'll quickly break down, I guess, the final 5 and the final 4. There's not a lot to discuss, because there's only 5 people and then 4 people involved.
Well done.
Thank you.
The final 5, we have Jess and Jay. They are not going to split up from each other, and they will vote for Sarah.
And Keegan and Stephen, although Stephen was on the fence considering voting out Sarah, when he got immunity, he realised that it would be a 2 against 2 if they voted out Sarah, Jay and Jess against Keegan and Stephen. And so to avoid that, they get Sarah on board to vote out Jess. Sarah is on board because Jess voted for Sarah in the final 6. And we see like the downfall of Carly. That is, you know, the strongest tribe going into the merge. They've got all their 4 members. Once Tristan goes, it's just one after the other. You know, and Sarah's the only one from Carly to make it to the end. I like that we have a representative from each tribe sitting in the final 3.
Maha would beg to differ. So at final 4, it's going to be the 3 of them versus Keegan. You know, Jay has to make the tough call here. It is hard for her, but at the same time, Keegan did lie. And I think she knows that Keegan, you know, is a huge threat at the end as well.
And I mean, Jay sticks to a game plan. She says at the beginning, I want to find a strong man who can be my meat shield. And then, you know, that allows her to glide through. I mean, she didn't really get to play under the radar. She had to fight for her place through the merge. And she lost her allies just like continuously along the way, with Danielle going and then losing Tristan and then losing Jess. Like, she went in with the minority, and, you know, Keegan did help her a lot of the time to make those moves and to stay in the game. But I mean, that was the technique, wasn't it? Have people who are willing to go in and bat for you.
Jay's social game is the reason that she wins. She makes friends in all the right places, so that even when the game's not going her way, she has backup, and she has people who are looking out for her when they shouldn't be, because she's a giant threat. And I love the Keegan Idol Jay storyline.
That starts in episode 1. Often you would say, if you're at the final 5 and you have an idol, you should always play it. However, in this scenario, I think it really backfires on Keegan to play it at final 5. He has lied to Jay about it, and that is her justification in turning on him.
If he had sat at the end and said, everyone thought I had an idol, and I didn't. And then got their votes.
And then said.
By
the way, I did have it.
By the way, I did have an idol. Thanks for the $400. Then maybe he wins.
But again, another amazing game played by Keegan.
So, we're also here to break down the jury votes.
So as you just saw, some of the jury weren't present for Final Tribal Council, but they did all tell us who they wanted to vote for in the end. And we have checked in with all of those people post the event to see if they were happy with where their votes went, and all of them have confirmed that they wouldn't have changed a thing.
So we have all of the voting confessionals for the jury, except for Holly and Helen. So we'll just have to tell you, Holly was a vote for Sarah, Helen was a vote for Jay.
Casey, we saw her voting confessional, so she's a vote for Stephen. Jake, he sticks with True Blue and gives a vote to Jay.
Alright, well I'm voting for you, Jay, because you are on my team, the blue team, and I think you're really top girl.
sunlight makes it look like we're sinking. Help quickly, the water's rising. Daniel, he was there, but we didn't get to watch his vote. So you can watch that.
Sarah managed to maneuver through everything with this passive mindset. She said, Tyrone did it in the first season, and he did, but she didn't do it exactly the same. I think that the way she did it was very sly. It was very tactical, and every time she wasn't voted out, when I expected her to be voted out, I was kind of shocked. I was like, why hasn't she been voted out? What has she done? And I just couldn't figure it out. So whatever she's done is really impressive. So I'm actually going to give her the vote.
Let's do AJ next, because AJ will vote for Stephen.
Okay, I'm voting for Stephen. I thought you played the game really well. You were quite conniving, quite ruthless. It was pretty entertaining to see all your working behind the scenes. So good luck, buddy.
At this point, everyone who was voted out pre-merge with, the asterisks on AJ, we've got 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Jay, 2 votes Stephen.
Yeah. Tennille is very obvious. Her vote goes to Jay.
Jay, 110% Jay. You're loyal AF. Thank you for being my alliance throughout the whole game. You're an absolute angel. I love you.
So then we've got Claudia and Tristan. So Tristan, obviously a vote for Jay.
Jay, congratulations. You played an absolutely killer game. It was a pleasure getting to play with you for some of the time. I hope this is enough to put you over the line as a winner. Well done.
And then for Claudia, this is one that surprised me when I saw that she was voting for Jay and not for Stephen. Jay is someone that she tried to take out time and time again and just could not get the threat out of the game. And so in the end, Claudia awards that to her because she couldn't beat her.
Jay, I'm voting for you because you really stuck it out and you didn't give up and you deserve the win. So.
John is obviously a vote for Sarah, as we saw.
You bad bitch. Mitchell is a vote for Sarah.
I didn't exactly expect to be voting for you, but I think you had the clearest explanation of coming into the game with a strategy, enacting it, and succeeding with it really well. So congrats.
And then who next? Jess, obviously going to be a vote for Jay. And then Keegan. Keegan will be a vote for Stephen.
She did very well, mate. Glad she won.
So then what we end up with is 6 votes Jay, 4 votes Sarah, 3 votes Stephen. Jay goes in to the merge with a minority. I mean, we've seen it play out on Survivor before. Goes in with a minority. A lot of the people who end up, quickly, we're sinking. A lot of the people who end up on the jury are her friends who she didn't have to backstab or betray. And she gets to the end and she wins.
The first tribal out of the merge, Jay loses to Neil. So she loses her ride or die and then has to play the anybody but me and just it's survival mode. And then at Final 7, when John goes, Sarah's without her ride or die, without John, and then she starts playing that. But it's Jay had to play that a few steps beforehand, and by the time Sarah has to play that game, people have forgotten that Jay is this threat.
And Sarah almost did it.
Your winner pick.
My winner pick comes second. They always second out or they come second.
And for Stephen, in another season, he probably wins more jury votes for playing that villainous game. In Backyard Survivor Season 2, there was such this, heroes and villains, really.
Yep.
There was the people who were we're not going to lie, we're going to be honest. And I think this is led by having Jess in the cast.
Yes.
She puts it forward that, let's just be honest with people, even if we're voting them out. And that kind of catches on with all of the Kale members going into the merge. And so when he sits there at Final Tribal Council to say, yeah, I backstabbed. Yeah, I lied. You've got these people that are thinking, well, that's not what this game is meant to be. You have someone like Casey who goes, yeah, that's the game I wanted to play and I'm going to award that.
Yeah.
And Keegan does as well. That's the game he was playing. Yeah, there just was more people looking for a hero win than there was the villain win.
And that's it.
That's the end of the story.
I cannot believe that we are at the end of this.
Thank you, everyone who has watched along, all of the episodes, and also the Indiegogo, which we had throughout this season as well. Thank you to everyone who put their donations towards that.
I mean, we've told you a million times, but we just couldn't tell you enough how much we love this cast and how much they, we're just so appreciative of everything that they put into it and how supportive they've been of us. So thanks again for playing. We loved it.
Speaking of appreciative, look at this. When we had the reunion, we got surprised with Two Ways to Talk Survivor caps.
They could only afford one. So. I'm joking. And to all the crew as well who helped us out on the day, thank you for season 2 and also season 3. A lot of them came back 2 weeks later to help us out.
2 weeks later.
We've got another great cast with more great twists. We got a good theme. Can we say what the theme is?
No.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
How do we wrap up?
I don't know how you wrap up something that's taken this long. All right. That's it. Thanks once again, and we will catch you next season for Backyard Survivor Season 3. Bye.
Bye.